Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News in Motion. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. We hope that you had a fantastic weekend. Let us know what you did over the weekend. The weather has been getting very, very hot. It is feeling like a sauna, an oven. Um, it feels like we living on the sun right now. Um, this past weekend, it was about 86 degrees, I believe. It was hot, so I know that a lot of people was going out, enjoying the sunlight, going to the beaches, taking nice walks in the park. Very peaceful mind stuff. But for today, we have That's Happening Tuesday or Talk About It Tuesday. Either one works. But we are here on News in Motion with Talk About It / That's Happening Tuesday. You can find us on LinkedIn or YouTube, or if you are an audio podcast platform listener, you can find us on any of those streaming platforms to listen in while you're driving to work, the grocery store, dropping the kiddos off at school, whatever you are doing. Some shout outs before we get started. Good morning to you, Miss Adrian. Good morning, Miss Shirley Nicholson, tuning in through YouTube. Good morning, Miss Regina Shorts. Good morning, Miss Shardini. And good morning, Miss J.Y. Bryce, tuning in for the first time. Good morning to you all. So, if you're ready for our episode of News in Motion today, stay tuned and we'll be right back after this intro.
News in Motion.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I see you, Dr. Bryce, rolling up in here, and that's not her first time, but it's so good to see her in here. I see you, Deborah Johnson, as well. And yes, Adrian, we are still loving that music. While I see Dr. Bryce in here, I want to go back. I attended a community performance. It was an African dance performance at the Lincoln Theater in Columbus, Ohio. I have a whole new passion to make sure we are supporting our community and the performances. Dr. Bryce, please tell Susan and Angela that was outstanding. It was simply outstanding. I'm so glad that Diane Ladybug encouraged me to come and support. Outstanding. And actually, Dr. Bryce, if you can get with Susan and Angela, I would love for you all to join us one episode to talk about, we have people tuning in all over the United States to talk about the importance of supporting local theater performances. Yeah, I have a whole new thing. Literally, I was thinking about that driving home, like, oh, we got to get them on to really talk. That's a part of the community, y'all. Just the atmosphere, the people, the African dress was phenomenal. And y'all know Diane Ladybug makes a lot of that. Many people are not aware that she does that as well, but absolutely phenomenal. So kudos to all of you. Standing ovation to all of you, you and your team, to even the babies who were dancing, the female drummers, the young female drummers, outstanding. When it was over, I was like, no, not yet. It was simply outstanding. Good morning, Davia. Dr. Bryce said that will be awesome. We are gearing up for our 25th year next year. I heard Susan say that. So y'all, the Lincoln Theater, if you are in Central Ohio, the Lincoln Theater, they had an outstanding performance this past Saturday. But y'all, check out your local theaters in your area and the work that they're doing. And also donate to the work they're doing as well. I see you, Judy Neal, coming up in here, and Marion Jackson and Davia. Good morning to all of you. Just as I'm just putting this, I saw Davia and I wanted to say this. If you all are not following her, And get beyond following a person and think about following the work that they're doing. She has coined, I know she didn't make the word pivot, but the way she uses that, everything she's doing, she's pivoting to different things. And your self help, self care, glam, encouragement, it just kind of like slid in as you're on break from Tales from the Shaker. And it is an amazing slide in. And I was just in awe. I got to be honest with you. I was scrolling and smiling. I actually went to your page on Instagram. I was just scrolling and smiling, saying, my gosh, brilliance right here. Just absolutely brilliance. I see you, Kim Edmondson. Speaking of all of you coming in, today is Tuesday, May the 21st. We had to do some rearranging because we learned that you may not hear the same sound we have been hearing. And so we hopefully fixed that on yesterday. We had the audio engineer, we had Carl Wright trying to figure out what was happening with the sound. So if you've been listening to any of the replays, you are probably hearing all types of feedback and everything else. So we moved the microphone away from the computer. We had to move some things around to figure out what was happening. We don't know if it's the live stream. We don't know if it's YouTube. We don't know if it's the studio, but we're trying to fix all of that. So if y'all ever hear that, we can't stop the freezing. We cannot stop some things, but shoot us an email, a nice email, and say, hey, I think the sound was off. Now, again, we would also have the audio engineer check that. But our apologies for the past few weeks. We understand that's what's been happening, so we apologize. I see you, Lori Williams-Wallace. All right, y'all, congratulations again to all the 2024 graduates. I've had a lot of family and friends graduate. I had a niece graduate with her JD, y'all. Yes, I had a niece graduate with her JD. I had two nieces graduate from college with their BAs. I have a niece graduating from high school. I have a nephew, Isaac Jones, will be graduating on June 15th, I believe. He's graduating, but there's been a lot of graduations, and I just want to say kudos to all of you who are graduating. Also, congratulations, Shirley Nicholson, you cracked us up. We were like, if we don't take her name out of this bucket. So we had to go through and make sure that it was all out of the electronic, because we did it electronically to see who won on last week. And Davia Dominic was cracking up at you. She was like, y'all, just forget it. Give this to Shirley. Shirley Nicholson wins. But from the live broadcasting, you should have received your emails already. And Donita, if you're on here, we need your email. Lori Williams-Wallace won. Kim Edmondson won, Shirley Nicholson won, Donita Hill Booker won, and Adrian Gladys won as well. And then from the audio podcast listener, Cynthia Easley won, Leo Mullins, Dennis Capers, Lisa Lloyd, and Shay Commerce. So congratulations to all of you. I see you, Hester, rolled up in here. Congratulations to all of you. I also want to shout out Netflix. Now, Netflix, I'm going to be tagging you and everything else. Now, listen, if you go to my social media comments, people love me giving them movies. Okay, so we can work something out here, or else I'm gonna have to stop shouting you out. Okay, so if you get a hold of this, just go ahead and email me. You can email me at gail@gaildudley.com. It's real simple. Gail, Gail @gaildudley.com, and we can work something out. But if y'all have not seen the movie Dark Waters on Netflix, you need to. Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there. Yeah, it is still happening today. This is based on a true story. And I was looking at the dates starting in 1997 or whatever. We're talking Cincinnati, Ohio, Parkersburg, West Virginia, and the trials are in Columbus, Ohio. Y'all, this is all surrounded around DuPont. And it was so crazy that I started going through my kitchen. Is Teflon on this? What is happening? And why aren't we talking about this? And why aren't we protesting about this? And why aren't we dealing with this? And to see the number of lobbyists that have come forward in this case, we're talking thousands of people thousands of health issues, deaths, births with babies. Y'all, that movie, I would say it was an excellent movie because it revealed a lot. Just like I told all of y'all to go watch Dumb Money on Netflix, I need all of you to go watch Dark Waters on Netflix. Now be prepared. Be prepared. The attorney who was with them in the beginning is still advocating for these people. Yeah, and the trial happens downtown Columbus. So I'm like, this is like, where's the governor's take on this? Like, we're talking about we went through several presidents. Even now, this is still happening even now. And DuPont does not want to pay. The lobbyists are still trying to get this off. Y'all, this is happening now. So if you're wondering why we vote, here are some of the reasons why we vote. Talking about court, Trump is on trial, right? Woo! And the news releases, the alerts that were coming out of everything that happened yesterday after Michael Cohen's exit stage left and lawyer Robert Costello entered stage right. Wow. The judge had to clear the courtroom, like cleared press, attorneys that were not a part of the case had to clear it. And then the way that people are reporting it and the reports that we were getting, how lawyer Robert Costello was staring down the judge, and the judge like, I know you're not staring. Like, what is happening here? Y'all, this is a sign of what's to come if we don't fix it. If we don't fix it. So that's what's happening. He cleared the entire courtroom. So AP was able to grab it because there was another release that came out. I did not see it last night, so I grabbed what I saw from AP News, the court. And that is, sir, your conduct is contemptuous right now. I'm putting you on notice that your conduct is contemptuous. If you try to stare me down one more time, I will remove you from the stand. I will strike this entire testimony. Do you understand? And then he said, yes, judge, I understand. The judge says, listen to the question and answer the question. And the witness says, can I say something, please? And the judge said, no, this is not a conversation. So it went back and forth. He is to be back on the stand today, and we'll see what will happen with that. Yeah. So talking about Trump on trial, and I'm saying that on purpose, Trump on trial. After years of condemning it, Donald Trump is now trying to flip the script to get the GOP to back away from no mail-in ballots. He says, we're losing votes from not having these mail-in ballots. So what are they going to do? Especially we had Georgia's governor just sign into law 4 new voter suppression laws, even dealing with shortening mail-in ballots, who can mail them in, where they can mail them in, the drop boxes, and all of that. So they're trying to overturn all of this immediately because they see the value of mail-in ballots. Kim Edmondson says, stop being a bully. Listen. Y'all, so CNN reports, along with the State Department and so many other state media as well, the International Criminal Court is seeking arrest warrants, y'all, for Hamas leader and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So it is coming to a blow, to a head with that. AP reports that France and Belgium are also breaking with Western allies to support the request for the ICC arrest warrants targeting Israeli leaders. So y'all, that is happening on this Tuesday morning as well. Y'all, you may have heard over the weekend, I guess it was Sunday, the helicopter crash in Iran. Mourners began gathering yesterday wearing all black for the funeral processions of the late president and the foreign minister. State media reports that the crash was more than likely caused by a technical failure. So there's that. We have that going on. In healthcare, which we're not talking about it a lot, but we need to be talking about it. Yeah, and I'm thinking, where did this slip in? So I started going through past alerts. And I said, this was just a small little paragraph that slipped in here. And people need to know about this. This is so important. Y'all, this past week, there's now under the Affordable Care Act, dental care. Yes, dental care. So, y'all, the Biden administration finalized a rule that would give state the option of adding adult dental insurance coverage as a part of the Affordable Care Act. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette. So, yes, there's that. Y'all, it's like, why aren't we talking about this? So, now the Biden rule will go to the states. They have until 2025 to decide whether to mandate that insurance covered dental benefits for adults, which means our responsibility on our end is to start writing our officials saying, hey, we want this dental care for the community, for whoever may need it as adults in our states, because it's going to be left up to the states to determine if they're going to add that or not. And they have to decide by 2025. Okay, so just putting that out there. Y'all, in the financial world, y'all, it happens everywhere. We need to be talking about this. The FDIC chair, Martin Gruenberg, will resign after an investigation found widespread sexual harassment, y'all, at the agency. Now, he won't, which I think this is kind of crazy, he won't step down until a successor has been named. I'm like, get rid of him today, avoiding passing the reins to a Republican vice chair, excuse me. And I thought, okay, I guess I get it, but can we just you just sit in a corner somewhere until we do this? And speaking of sexual harassment and sitting in the corner, I don't know if you had an opportunity to see that video. I watched it just so that I would understand all the news. I'm not going to give it a lot of press here, but we have to start believing people, stop tearing down people, and protecting people. The video clearly showed the type of person Sean Combs is. So we want to pray for any woman that may have been in his circle of influence, whatever that is. And we have to be let's just pray for the families, pray for Cassie, the trauma and all that could come with it. I guess he put out a video, didn't watch that one. But we just need to pray. So it's happening everywhere. Yes, Dr. Antoinette, horrific. That video was horrific. I was like, am I really watching this? And I watched it so I knew what people were talking about. And I also watched it to say, what can we do? There's a lot that's out there. I do not have the domestic violence number. I meant to get it. So if you have that number, if you would put it in the chat, I will then read it. The domestic violence number. Isaiah, I don't know if we have that in a banner or not. And if not, don't pop up just anything. But see if there's one that says domestic violence. If so, if you will pop that up, that will be greatly appreciated. But if you find that you are in a situation that you need some help and you're able to contact a domestic violence line or able to go onto a computer to reach out for help, please do so. Please do so. If you have a close confidant that you trust and you can share that information with, please do that. Please do that. And people, if someone comes to you, don't just shut them down. Don't tell them to deal with it. Don't tell them to live through it. Don't tell them get over it. No, help them. Help them. Please help them. Y'all, I didn't realize how much. I know we have people from different backgrounds that tune in here. And again, if at any point y'all want to post that up, we'll grab it and put it up on the screen if y'all have it. I didn't realize that Black folks love them some Red Lobster. Seriously. Y'all, Red Lobster is bankrupt. Came out. Red Lobster is bankrupt. And the first thing I thought was, wow, endless shrimp. I guess that's over. Now I thought about the cheese biscuits. Like, what are we going to do? So Red Lobster is bankrupt. They found a chapter 11 for bankruptcy protection, facing mounting debt and reduced sales. They established in 1968, y'all. The company is the world's largest seafood chain, serving an estimated 64 million customers annually across more than 550 restaurants, y'all, in the U.S. and Canada. They came out, the memes, the TikToks about Red Lobster. If you want to laugh, go to TikTok and see Black folks talking about the end of Red Lobster. Like, seriously. They're saying, can we come work for y'all for free, for food or something? It's just interesting how all of this. Deborah Johnson, y'all, here y'all go. This is a business y'all can support. Deborah Johnson says, thank God my husband can make the cheese biscuits. So y'all can go put y'all's orders in right now with Glenn Johnson. What's up, Tracy Newmy? Kim Edmondson says, buy the cheese biscuits and make them yourself. See, there you go. Everybody, y'all, there's an answer here. There's an answer here. So I don't cook, so I don't know what we're going to do there. But y'all, that's what's happening now. Get this. This was cracking me up. Y'all, it said that the costly decision of this whole endless shrimp thing was 76 million lost. And y'all, that was in fiscal year 2023. I said, why'd y'all keep doing endless? Like, what was the point if you didn't have the money to keep doing this? So, y'all, all of this is happening, and people are losing their mind over Red Lobster. Somebody's going to say Red Lobster. Somebody's going to say Red Lobster. Then I started thinking, if all of us came together, since people loved it so much, could we buy up the Red? Hester, are you on here? Could we buy up the Red Lobsters and see what happens? Could we buy that up? All right, y'all. Y'all think y'all were going to Target before, Target, whatever you call it, before today. Well, trust me, their earnings are coming out, and what they're about to roll up, y'all, Target's going to lower prices on 5,000 of their products to get shoppers in the store. They're like, Walmart's not about to beat us up. We can ready to lower our prices so that you can come. And now you can even get the pickup now. They're doing some quick delivery, same day delivery. Y'all, they're like, we're all in. We're all in. So then their earnings come out. I think it's before the bell tomorrow. So there's that. So we got Target going on. Y'all, this was the greatest. If you haven't seen it, I might have to put the link in the Friday newsletter, Friday rundown. Those are the words that draw us a crowd. What, endless shrimp? They do, don't they? Y'all, listen. If y'all have not seen this video, you have to see this video. The professor starts with, here they come, y'all, here they come. Here they come, y'all. Here they come. Talking about a commencement speech. The Clark Atlanta University commencement speaker, Dr. Daniel Black, African American Studies at the Clark Atlanta University. That commencement speech was fire. 15 minutes. That's all you need. 15 minutes is all you need. That speech was fire. And I'll get to that in a moment. Let's leave that up there. But y'all, that speech was amazing. It's floating around. It's floating around. John Gore actually sent it to me. I watched it. I said, I just want to go hang out with that crowd because they were going completely wild. That speech, he came out the gate with, here they come, y'all, here they come. He didn't say, I want to thank my mama, my daddy, my sister, my wife, my boyfriend. He didn't say any of that. He came out with, here they come, y'all, here they come. And then he gave a list of all of these positions. He even went down to the janitor. Here they come, y'all, here they come. What an inspirational message. And I think that's why I drew to that. But y'all have to watch that message. Again, that's Dr. Daniel Black, professor of African American Studies at Clark Atlanta University. And it also says, you don't have to go out here and buy somebody. You don't have to go out here and secure somebody outside of your immediate community. Y'all, there's so many gifts and talents right there where you live, right there where you're worshiping, right there where you're getting your education, right there where you're shopping. There's so much talent right there. Stop thinking you have to go out to bring. Now, this man right here, his name's going to be everywhere. Because that was an exceptional commencement speech. Going back to Red Lobster, Dr. Antoinette said, on a serious note, the founder of Red Lobster caught major flack when, wait a minute, I can't read. When during segregation, he refused to have separate seating in his restaurants. See, we got to go up in there and support these people. Yeah, Dr. That speech was fire. Kim Evans said, thank you for sharing that, Dr. Antoinette. Hester Jackson said, probably, but we better move quickly. The day after they announced the bankruptcy, they were selling off assets. I saw it happening in Myrtle Beach restaurant equipment for sale. Wow. Can y'all imagine that? We go in there and say, we can own this now. But that's what we got to do. Talking about HBCUs, I have to also share this with all of you. AP is reporting that HBCU Xavier of New Orleans moved closer to establishing a medical school. I thought that was so good. We had to share this. Xavier University, a small Catholic and historically Black school in New Orleans, formally signed an agreement Monday with the health to establish a medical school. They're talking about opening it soon. They're talking about Maryland's Morgan State University is also setting up a medical school as well. There's no actual date yet, but they're starting to build it. So y'all, congratulations to them, and let's support them in all that they're doing. Y'all, here's other ways. I start off talking about local performances and events. If we just start giving, if we just start, still keep your 10% to your church, but if we start giving to organizations, to institutions like this, y'all, we can make a difference. Even if we're working like at a place like a Red Lobster or other places that we highly frequent, if we start working and then move up the ranks as manager or regional manager, district manager, whatever, we will have our ears to hear what's happening so that when there's something that's going on, a crisis, we can start sharing it with our circle of influence and make a difference. Y'all, this is how it works. This is how it works. Regina sure says, my first day with my husband was at Red Lobster. I love that. I love that. I love that. So that's how we can step in and help people. We have to stop being so quick to hurt people. We have to. I don't know what it is about us. I don't get it. I don't get what it is about us. But if we would just start supporting each other, y'all, it doesn't take a lot to do that. You can do it free by subscribing to somebody's YouTube, by subscribing and downloading people's podcasts, by sharing their content. Like, here's a great article. Here it is. Check it out. Share it with your people. By registering and subscribing to people's newsletters. Even if all you do is delete it once it comes in. Like, it really doesn't take that much because it helps shift the algorithm. Yesterday, I was working with Carl Wright on my SEO. I don't know what I'm doing. But even the short things that we were able to do changed immediately. Like, people who were not even seeing my posts on Instagram, within 15 minutes, we had 7 likes. I was like, it just took SEO to do this. But we have to communicate and say, how can we make these things happen? What does this look like? And this is a little bit going into the inspirational message, y'all. The support factor. When we talk, Tracy says, my YouTube is New Me Forever. So y'all, Tracy's YouTube is New Me Forever. So go and subscribe. Go and subscribe to help that algorithm. You would be amazed. I want to get to something else, but I want to say this before I go into the inspirational message. But if we would just help each other and build and support and cheer each other on and encourage one another, our focus here is making sure you have the information so that you would vote. We add the other news headlines because we're not sharing anything on News in Motion that does not connect back or circle back to voting. So even today, y'all, and I almost forgot this, even today, Oregon and Kentucky, your primaries are today. Oregon and Kentucky, your primaries are today. There's also a special primary vote in Georgia. So if you're in Fulton County, you will see the name Fani Willis on the ballot, along with another Democrat. So it's between her and this other woman to see who's going to be on the ballot for November. And I honestly don't know the other woman's name because I would name both of them. I'm not trying to give one to the other. But so if you're in Fulton County, Fani Willis is on that ballot there. June 4th, I had initially told y'all that today was the wrap up. Nope, June 4th, you have New Jersey who will be voting June 4th, and you have 3 others. So June 4th will wrap up primary season, will completely wrap it up. And I'll make sure you get those states on tomorrow. Yeah, the NBA conference final begins tonight with Eastern Conference top seed, the Boston Celtics, taking on the Indiana Pacers at 8 p.m. And the Western Conference finals begin tomorrow night with Minnesota Timberwolves facing the Dallas Mavericks. And Kenny, with Game Over will return this Saturday at 6:30. I kind of like jumped the gun and told y'all he'd be here last Saturday, but it's this Saturday. Speaking of games, NFL, NBA, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna just say Colin Kaepernick was put off because he took a knee. And that commencement speech, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it by old dude. I'm not even going to name him. I'm still trying to like, what? What are you talking about? You're there to encourage people and you're telling them to go home, be homemakers? We really doing that today? You're going to talk about my LGBTQIA community? We're really doing this today at a commencement speech? Boy, go sit down. Please go sit down. Please go sit down. And y'all know I can't go to the inspirational message without saying this. Y'all know I can't. Bleach, blonde, bad built, butch body. That's all I'm gonna say. I was like, what? I was like, yes. I even left words for one of my heroes, Jessica Yellen, who made a post that ticked me off. I said, oh, no, we're not about to do this. I said, no, I expect more from you, Jessica Yellen. I expect more from you. This is a Marjorie Taylor Greene issue. Don't bring in Tiffany. Don't do that. Don't sit there and set up your question to point fingers at Tiffany, Representative Tiffany Crockett. We're not doing that. And so I told Jessica Yellen, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in how you phrased that question because this is an issue of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Latrice Jones says, getting my B6 t-shirt for sure. Y'all know I had to say it. Dr. Antoinette said, and his mother is a psychiatrist. Yes. Which says, you got some mama issues here, dude. Yeah. But yeah, Latrice, if you get your shirt, can you order me one too? I'll pay you. I'll cash app you, whatever that has to do. All right, so let's get back to the inspirational message about lifting each other up. And I want to go back to that Netflix film. Outstanding. Anne Hathaway is a part of that movie as well. But y'all, this started in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Parkersburg, West Virginia. And what happened was that river, stream, whatever, people on their farms, they noticed that their animals were either dying or when they were impregnated and birthing mammals, they were deformed. And then animals started acting real crazy, out of character, dogs, whatever. Then the government was trying to come take these people's farms. Yeah. I was literally watching the movie, Googling, like, what? And everything was unfolding. So this is this whole DuPont, the plant, the canisters. Then they showed the tank of an army tanks and the Teflon that was used to protect these tanks so that when you shot a bullet in it, the bullet can't get to the tank. Literally, y'all, I went to my kitchen like, is this Teflon? Like, what is going on? Where was I? Why did I miss all this? Then how in 2008, 9, 10, yeah, he was in office, how the lobbyists came in and was trying to shut it down and so that DuPont didn't have to pay these people, and how the attorney was being threatened, how farmers were being threatened. So then there was they were drawing blood for a study, and the attorney decided, let's give them all $400 so they would come and give us their blood. And then the researchers were taking way too long. Over 69,000 people showed up to get their blood drawn. Years later, yeah, this is still going on today. Years later, the scientists contacted the attorney and said, sorry that it has taken so long, but there's a real problem, and said, thank you so much for sticking with it. And so all of it kind of came out, and then DuPont reneged on them saying they were going to pay for health care and everything like that. So they came to Columbus, Ohio, because they had to come there to have the court, because of the court level, Ohio Supreme Court, all of that. Now, this is still going on today. So my inspirational message is this, back to even something I said earlier with Cassie in the Diddy situation. When somebody's saying something to you, don't immediately think they're crazy. Don't immediately think they don't know what they're talking about. Don't immediately brush them off. Listen to them. This is what makes us different here on News in Motion, because I'm going to take a story like this and I'm going to keep digging. And I want all of you to know, I'm appalled that our forever president, Barack Obama, said nothing. Like, appalled about that. I'm appalled that the governor of Ohio has said nothing. I'm appalled that we don't have legislator aides or lawmakers talking about this. I'm appalled about all of this. So when you find out information like this, I believe we have a responsibility to share it. I'm appalled that Donald Trump said nothing about it. I'm appalled that President Biden has said nothing about this. I'm appalled that Sheriff Brown hasn't said anything about this. I'm appalled. Like, seriously. We can go to Kentucky. I'm appalled that Mitch McConnell has said nothing about this. It's like it's a hidden thing, but people are dying. We've been talking about over 1 million with COVID. Let's also not forget those with DuPont and the things that has happened there. We have to pay attention. We have to be the mouthpiece. Y'all, we have to do town hall meetings to ask these. I can't wait to get to a town hall meeting and say, can you tell me that in 1997 when this started, where are we and why aren't we talking about this? What are we doing about it? How much money has been spent on paying lobbyists to keep this closed? The thing is, we cannot be afraid to share and have these conversations. Y'all, people are dying because of this. And the attorney in the film, and they say it's on record that he said it over and over and over again. And kudos to the law firm in Cincinnati who took this on and who supported their guy, who was taking pay cuts every year because the money was not coming in. Pay cuts. They would like pick up some water and be like, can I drink this water? Y'all, we talk about the lead in Michigan as we should, but we need to talk about the water in Ohio and in West Virginia and Kentucky. Seriously. Like Joe Manchin, this was in West Virginia. Why aren't we talking about this? You said nothing. And so that tri-corner right there, you're not talking about this, and people are still sick and dying. Y'all, these are the types of conversations we have to have. These things are on the ballot. Y'all, forget all the names. What are the issues that we need to be focusing on? Those things are on the ballot. All right, y'all. Oh, thank you, Latrice. Thank you. All right, y'all know what I say. Tomorrow we're going to talk about playing your vote. Yes, I'm getting on your last nerves with it. We're going to talk about playing your vote. That's the workshop tomorrow. And I would ask you to bring people. Tell them to tune in at 7:25 a.m. We're going to talk everything we possibly can about planning your vote. And if anybody say, girl, that ain't till November. No, it's now. It is absolutely happening right now. So until tomorrow, I am your host, Gail Dudley. This has been News in Motion. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Y'all know what I say. Stay well, everyone. And remember, make some bold moves. We're out.
News in Motion.